Hello friends, welcome to my channel Swapnil Facts Education and Art and Craft. This is number system part 10. Today we are going to learn about operations on decimals. So without any further ado, let's get started. So addition of decimals. So how will you add decimals? Let's take an example, 12.5 and 6.23. So 12.5 plus 6.23 like this, don't align the units place, then the tens place, then the hundreds place, and so on like that, and add like 7.48. Don't do this. This is the wrong method. You are ignoring the decimal point, but the decimal point should be considered. And how can a number so greater have a less output? That is the less addition after added. So first do this, 12.5 plus 6.23. Align the decimal points like this. Then add the numbers. So 12.5 0 here. As it is nothing, so it is 0. After the decimal point, you can put infinite number of zeros. It does not make any sense. So here it is 0. So 3 plus 0 is 3. 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 1. Now as you can see, there are two places after the decimal point. So 5 0, there are two places. 2 3, there are two places after the decimal point. So here also you have to count two places like this. So 18.73, and align the decimal points like this. Okay, so that the decimal points are in line. So when you draw a line through here, you can make a line here. Okay. Now let's learn about subtraction. Don't do it like 3.6 minus 5.2. You get minus 2.4. Don't do it. It's the wrong method. Or even 3.62 minus 5.2. Don't align the decimal points and then do like the subtraction you do and then you get the answer. That is also incorrect. Do like this method. 5.2 minus 3.6. You get 1.6. So 2 here it will be 12. 1 is borrowed from here. So 12 minus 6 is 6 and 5 cancels to 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. And here you cannot subtract a smaller number from a bigger, a bigger number from a smaller number. The result which you get, this is not a decimal. It's a rational number. And this is the decimal. So do the subtraction like this. And remember, you have to align the decimal points in both addition and subtraction. Now let's learn about multiplication of decimals. So let's take an example, 13.75 into 5.5. So 13.75 into 5.5. How will you multiply this? So take 1375. Ignore the decimal point. Ignore the decimal point. Then 55. So 5.5, I have ignored this decimal point. So it's 55. Now 1375 into 55. You get 75,625. You get the result. Now consider the decimal point and 75,625 put here, and then as you can see, there are two places after the decimal point and there is one place after the decimal point. You have to count the number of places after the decimal point. That is 1 2 3. 3 places are there. So or you can add also, like 2 places, 1 places. So 2 plus 1 is 3 places. So you have to shift the decimal point to 3 places to the left. So 75.625. This is the answer. So 13.75 into 5.5 is 75.625. So here as you can see, decimal places of the first number plus the decimal places of the second number equals the decimal places of the third number. Here the third number is the number which you get as the result after multiplying. I hope you understood multiplication of decimals clearly. Now let's see about division of decimals. Say 13.75 divided by 5.5. So 13.75 by 5.5. Just do first, in the denominator, remove this decimal. So 55, it is gone. This decimal is gone. And in the numerator, that is 13.75, shift this decimal as I have told in the previous video. The number of decimal places that shifts the denominator, it shifts the numerator as well. So 137.5. So as you can see, 5.5 this decimal place shifts and 13.75 this decimal place shifts here. So it becomes 55 divided, 137.5 divided by 55. Now take this decimal on the top. Now as usual you can do this long division. 55 into 2 is 110. 137 minus 110 is 27. So here 2 and there put a point. Then 275. This 5 comes down. 275. 55 5s are 275. So the remainder becomes 0 and 13.75 by 5.5 is 2.5. Now let's look at an interesting part. As I have told in my previous video, like it may be number system part 1, there I have told that division by 0 is not defined. But have you wondered why? Why division by 0 is not defined? Let's see. Let's take an example, like let's take positive numbers close to 0. So 1 by 0.1, you get 10. 1 by 0.01, you get 100. 1 by 0.0001, you get 10,000. So as you can see, as we take the numbers closer to 0, so this is close, this is more close, this is more close. As we take numbers closer to 0, the numbers are going larger and larger and larger. So as we tend the number to 0, the answer tends towards positive infinity. Let's take some negative numbers tending to 0. Let's say 1 by minus 0.1, you get minus 10. 1 by minus 0.01, you get minus 100. 1 by minus 0.0001, you get minus 10,000. So as you can see, as we take negative numbers tending to 0, the result is going towards negative infinity. So as we tend the numbers towards 0 from the negative side, the answer tends towards negative infinity. And as you can see, the result is both positive and negative infinity. So both results cannot be possible. So this is the reason why when we divide it by 0, the result is always undefined. When we make the denominator tend to 0 on the positive side, the result tends to be positive infinity, and when we tend the denominator to the 0 on the negative side, the result tends to be negative infinity. So this is the reason why division by 0 is not defined. And even if it is defined, have you ever thought why calculators doesn't show when you divide some number by 0, why the calculator doesn't show infinity? Because when you divide the number by 0, as I have told, as you tend from the positive side to 0, it tends to positive infinity, and as you tend from the negative side to 0, it goes to negative infinity. So when you divide it by 0, the answer tends towards both positive and negative infinity. The result tries to be both positive and negative, and the result can't be both. So division by 0 is always undefined. Like, let me also put an analogy, like if you have a pizza and you have distribute to nothing, you have to distribute it to no one. So what a silly question is it like? If you have 5 chocolates and distribute it to 5 people, then you can distribute each to 1, 1, 1, 1. If you have 5 chocolates and distribute to no one, then how are you going to distribute? It looks like a silly question, right? So it is a English way to learn, if that was a word, but like that you can understand. So here we come to the end of this video. This is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.